Welcome to this presentation about CoRE Lab, an effort to engage college Hispanic students in STEM. I'm Professor Wilson Lozano from Inter-American University of Puerto Rico in Bayamón. So this is the agenda for today. First, we're going to talk about the motivation, the CoRE Lab effort, the explanation about the CoRE, the results of this effort, some opinion of some of the students, and finally the key elements for success. Motivation, the scenario, I joined the Inter-American University engineering faculty in 2016. The enrollment of the students was 129 students, and the participation of the students in internship were four. I found 4 students participating. I found a low students engagement in the program, computer engineering program, and a low student participation in extracurricular activities. So one of my first goals was to work with these findings. Like I want to increase the participation of the students in extracurricular activities. I want to encourage them. So since one size does not fit all, I need to look for something that works for the students, for the particular requirements of the students. So one of the ideas, and what that was the beginning of CoRE Lab, is start participating in competition. So the first competition was NASA Swarmathon Virtual 2017. We start with 3 students. Was a good starting. We get 3rd place in the competition. So this success bring more students who were encouraged to participate. So we apply again, we get accepted for the physical event. So this time we had 6 students, but this competition required broader engagement activities. So we bring 6 extra more students to work in these broader engagement activities. So the team start growing to start this participation by starting the participation in the physical competition. In 2019, after being participating in NASA Swarmathon, the first 2 editions, another competitions came to our lab. So we started participating in Honeywell UAV competition 2018 and Robot Makers. So this increase bring more students to the lab, and then it was required to create a co-working space, a space where the students can join and work in different projects at the same time. Additionally, this UAV competition bring students from other majors like mechanical engineering and electrical engineering besides our computer engineering students. By 2018, we joined efforts with CASI, Computer Alliance for Hispanic Serving Institutions, and these open or bring more opportunities, access to more opportunities to the students. So more opportunities for internship, more opportunities for participation in conferences, for access to resources. More students implies more challenges. For example, when you have 25 plus students, I used to work with 4 or 5 students at a time. This requires or brings the opportunity to develop leadership. So the way to work with this was to work with subgroups of subteams, and every team have a leader. So this helped the students to develop this skill. Diversity, the more students bring students from different levels, freshman, sophomore, etc. So this integration of different levels of students give us the opportunity to develop the mentoring between the students. So the students take care of each other at the same time. So time management was another thing, because the students need to be effective at their classes. The students need to be productive in the projects. So these all were opportunities for the team to grow and provide uh, provide results. So these are the results. But finally, after 3 years, we established a multidisciplinary working space, a space where the students feel safe. They want to go and spend time working in projects. They spend time studying. They spend time sharing. So that's the place where the student wants to be in the university. We established a PLTL program with the support of CASI. So we give 10 sessions between 2019 and 2020. We have 8 trained PLTL leaders. We have been participating in different competitions, 5 competitions so far, including role makers, including NASA Swarmathon, including Honeywell. We are the home of at least 3 capstone projects. And finally, last but not least, the increase in the participation of internships, because we went from 7 students in the fall 2019 to 17 students fall 2020. And if you remember the first slide, 4 students at the summer of 2017. So this is the last meeting we had, sharing with when the students before they start their virtual internships. So now we're going to go for the opinion of the students about minorities, life changes, and good practices. So to continue with this conversation, I have invited some students from CoRE. We have Waldemar, Kelvin, Eliud, Noah, Carlos, Jared, and Raul. I'm going to ask them some questions. We are living in an island where most of the people are Hispanic, so sometimes we don't identify ourselves as minority because of our geographical situation. So, do you guys consider yourself as a minority?
I got a lot of family in the US, and I got some experience working with some US students. And I know how to feel like you don't belong to some groups. And so the answer is yes, I feel as a minority.
When I applied to my first internship, I noticed that I was actually a minority, and then yeah, I identify as one because there's not a lot of Hispanic people in the field right now, and I noticed it once I was in the first internship I was.
Yes, I consider myself as a minority because since I'm a woman, you can see at the classrooms, even internships, there are very less women than men. So yeah, you can see the difference in there and about my ethnicity. So yeah.
Just like you mentioned, Professor, since our university is based in Puerto Rico, we tend to be like in a closed bubble. So since everybody speaks Spanish, then you don't recognize the issue that we tend to see in a lot of tech companies in the U.S. that we Hispanics are a minority. And in the past, I just didn't know how much how much in sense of the population until you start like researching and looking for opportunities. You notice that there's a lot of companies that have like special like internship programs just like dedicated for the minority groups like Hispanics.
I did not knew that we were the minority like on STEM. I really didn't have an idea about it. Not until like recently in a doing like an internship on a big company that's like universal and everywhere and more international. So when now doing that internship, I noticed that there's really less people that are Hispanic there. Like there's an abundant of like other people like compared to the Hispanic.
How is your academic life, your professional life after joining CoRE? How being part of this team affect your academic life?
Yeah, so before I entered this core labs and this group, I only went to the university to take my classes, and that's it. And when I joined core labs and when I joined this group, this laboratory awakened the interest of having more extracurricular experience and work on projects, team projects, and that kind of things.
there is a big change in my life, and before and after the core lab, because before the core labs, I only went to school. I only went to the university to do the classes, the projects, and get some fun, get some friends, and that's all. Like after doing my classes, I only went to my house and be there doing nothing like with my professional career. But after joining core labs, it was totally different. I just start like I went into my classes also, but now I met better friends. I went into a group. I started working as a group because I was a lonely student. So I do everything for that time. I did everything alone. And after joining the core labs, I found a team group. I found some better friends. I found friends with the same goals as me. So I feel more confident, confidence of myself. So it was a totally different change in my life.
Yeah, definitely. There's like a huge comparison since, the Noah before core and the Noah afterwards. And the results I was seeing as I am a senior, and the results speak for themselves. Before core, I was like like Raul and Waldo said, like like a lone wolf. I would just come to university, attend my classes, and just go back to my house and just play video games or search the web, like normal um, teenager things we used to do. But after the Professor Wilson reached out to me to start working with extracurriculum projects, that's when I started to develop my professional skills and being able to be part of a group, a community, or like how I say, a second family, or my academic family. It gives me the exposure and helps me develop my people skills, also my professional skills, which will help me become a better professional in life.
Yeah, so just like most people here, before I joined CoRE, I just wanted to get everything done and graduate. Probably try to get some internship by myself. But after I joined CoRE, I could see that how everyone would just get along. There was absolutely no drama, and there's just this positive vibe that just filled me with motivation. Just seeing everyone work on their own stuff and work together to achieve even greater things. It really makes me be grateful and proud to be part of such a group.
After like I joined Core Labs, I learned how to express myself differently. I also wanted to when at the first years, I just wanted to finish the university. My mindset was I'm gonna finish this as fast as I can so I can start working or something. But that changed when I joined Core Lab, because then I saw all the potential that I could do, all the potential that I could like work on different projects, on different things that we could create together. And then I learned that it's not about finishing fast, it's about all the skill that you get on the path to finish that bachelor's degree.
Yeah, so most definitely, like my partners and companions and friends just said, you can see the difference once you integrate yourself in the group, study wise. But I've seen it most recently in my internship. I can see the way I can express myself, the knowledge I gain in the group by itself, not only with the experience I got from extracurricular projects. I can see it as even in the work and in the industries, I understand some concepts. I even know how to respond properly, and I even know things that they are talking about thanks to that extracurricular projects. All the stuff we went through, all the documents we read, so we could actually do proper things as an engineer. So most definitely, not only as a student, but as a professional person and as a future engineer, I can say that CoRE changed my life.
As a team, what do you guys consider were good practices at core labs?
Working together. Those good vibes are what I believe we're doing right. We're pretty much nailing it with that because uh, working as an engineer is a matter of teamwork. So whenever we uh, engage in projects and things, we tend to look for people. And since we are already a whole group, then we just work together.
Yeah, so just be open about it. Just understand what the other person is going through. Try to be with him through his most difficult times, and understanding that you went through that process. Just help him out, and just try to teach him as most as possible, and just be clear with him.
We created a environment which is contagious, where once you walk in, it's a good, happy area where there's a lot of humor, there's a lot of joking around. But when we need to work, we work. We take, we switch attitudes and we put our game face on, and we start working. I think like the best practice would be just reaching out, like expose by exposing core. We're letting people know that hey, we're here, we're doing things, we're getting things done, but we're also having fun. If you want to join us, then you have to prove that you have the energy and the right state of mind to want to become.
I think one of the most important thing that keep people motivating is work as the industry works. So we basically, as a group, work like that. We know that the extracurricular program that we are doing, or that the currently industry is working. So I think that's very important because some students really want to work like how the real world is working. So I think that's really good for the group.
Just like my friend Raul said, is about that. We're working like in an industry, and also the thing that we are doing good at Core Labs is the support between each other. I think that's what has been helping me because I wasn't in my comfort zone, and because of Core Lab, I've been like getting trust in me,
Challenge?
and that's yeah, and that's because of the support that I've been receiving from everyone.
The most important thing that I think we do in core labs is that we help each other, we support each other, we help each other to be a better leader and be a better student, a better professional, and a better person. And I think that's a thing that motivates people to stay here and people to come and be part of the core labs in this group.
Thank you and congratulations for all your success. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Professor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Professor.
Bye.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the key elements for success. First, one size does not fit all. What does it mean is, as I said at the beginning, this is not a recipe. This is not for everyone. This is the key elements that work for us so far. Then do scouting a first year. That's a practice that I've been doing since 2016. I teach the first programming class and I look for the best students. I motivate them, I encourage them to work on extracurricular projects and make sure that they bring another students. That this is like a snowball. So one student brings other and we work with them. Work on the students' self-confidence. The students normally need a little push so they know they can do it. They have a lot of potential, but they sometimes they don't have the confidence to work on that. So sometimes I've noticed we need just a little push and keep working with them, keep pushing, and they're good. They give great results. Develop leadership. So the space is a great space where the students can develop their leadership. When we have a big group and the students can apply their leadership in sub-teams, subgroups. So this is like some of the key points besides generating a working space where they feel confident, where they feel like they can explore of their capacities, of their skills. So that was all. Thank you for your attention, and I'll be ready to attend your questions.